This is an environmental justice issue. I work in the cities of the South Bay, and when we look at Carson, and we look at Wilmington, and we look at the San Pedro area, as well as Torrance, we see that those folks have an undue risk, an unfair risk to those communities, and that's why we stand in solidarity with them, and that's why we work with them. I want to once again read something to you from today's Los Angeles Times, the front page. The headline involves water, but the concern involves fracking and the chemicals used in it. And here's the paper. And the headline is, "Report Raises Water Quality Fears." And this is from the long-awaited final assessment from the California Council on Science and Technology. This is today's newspaper. Hydraulic fracturing uses a host of highly toxic chemicals, the impacts of which are for the most part unknown, that could be contaminating drinking water supplies, wildlife, and crops, according to a report released Thursday by the California Science Panel. They said that because of data gaps and inadequate state testing, overwhelmed regulatory agencies do not have a complete picture of what oil companies are doing. And I think that might relate to your regulatory body, that you do not have a complete picture of what oil companies are doing. The risks and hazards associated with about 2/3 of the additives used in fracking are not clear. And the toxicity of more than half, the report concluded, remains uninvestigated, unmeasured, and unknown. Basic information about how these chemicals would move through the environment does not exist. So I urge you, when looking at fracking, to proceed with caution and to please understand that we do not have all the facts. We commend you for the further steps that you are taking with SB4, but you'll read in this same article in today's paper that based on this report, Fran Pavley is going back to add amendments to SB4 because it's not strong enough and we now know what we don't know. So I urge you to read this report, heed it, and apply its findings to your work on fracking. Thank you very much.